Gmail addresses that have them because the class, I'm kind of starting. The class that I'm presenting to, that I teach, some of you are familiar with because I invented this class since I've never taught before. I invented this class in Dr. Wilson's grammar class this summer. And I've just kind of taken it a step further. So what we have is, this is a class of 18 Korean students who range in age from about 23 to 30. They've all been sent to San Diego as part of their training program in the international sales department of a major Korean corporation. The students are all college graduates, which is a requirement to be hired for their job. They, as I said, they range in age from about 23 to about almost 30 years of age. And as a requirement for the job, they've been hired. They're all considered advanced regarding their North American English speaking and writing skills. They've been sent here for sent to San Diego to earn something called the English for International Business certificate, which requires the completion of a series of English for Business courses. The curriculum focuses on reading, writing, speaking, and listening, but it focuses and concentrates on business-related vocabulary and activities. In our class, it's 100% paperless. And so a lot of the speaking part might normally, and a portion of it does take place in oral fashion in this class, the majority of even the speaking portion, interestingly, is conducted through technology, like through chatting, and through things like that for this particular class. The curriculum, their tasks, as usual, begin with basic and then more complex. For instance, like in each unit for this particular class, the first unit they did led up to the task. So it's content and task led up to the completion of a introductory business letter. The second task that they did had them in groups and working on a kind of a slideshow, a PowerPoint type presentation together through collaborative technology, persuasive kind of language being used on that. And then we're here right now, starting up our third and final unit. We're in about week 9 of 12. And at this point, what we're doing is before we get into the main meat of, for instance, right now we're starting on proposal writing. Before we actually get into the proposal writing, what we've done is we've gone through, the instructors and I at our school have gone through and analyzed what we're asking them to do, and we isolate specific parts of speech for them to study that make sense leading up to that. In this case, we're looking at the present perfect because when you're talking about when you're writing a proposal and trying to influence somebody, it's nice to talk about things that you've accomplished. You want to talk about how things have changed over time for your client, how things have changed over time for you as well. It's of course it's a CLT type class. It meets 90 minutes each time, 4 times per week, Monday through Thursdays. And then another class alternates on. This is Monday, Wednesday. The other classes are Tuesday, Thursday. In lieu of class, students have a social or cultural activity scheduled for every Friday, and generally get them out to a business, and they get to actually see an American business in action. At this point, as I said, we're in week 9 of 12. There's a strong focus in our class of students developing strategies that make them as independent and self-reliant as possible. This is the request of our client. We're also being very adept at communication, whether in person, on the telephone, video chat, and other electronic means. There's a high level of accountability for the students that are expected to use what they have previously learned to succeed in this current curriculum. The material for each unit is structured in a way that proceeds from the more basic at the beginning to more complex later, requiring more free writing and synthesis of ideas to complete a major project for each unit, as I was saying earlier. As for learner objectives, after this particular lesson, students are going to be able to properly use the present perfect, specifically in a business context. They're going to recognize and properly use vocabulary related to business. They're going to be able to collaborate with a partner on using Google Documents, communicate with a collaborative partner comfortably by chat, use the internet to search for important information. And as far as specific learner outcomes after this lesson, students will be able to recognize and understand idiomatic language common to business and office environments, identify and understand the present perfect in business-related context, finish 4 sentences by using the present perfect, create the negative form and ask questions with the present perfect, write 2 sentences using the present perfect through collaboration with a virtual partner, and use Google to find irregular forms of the past participle. They'll finally be able to copy and paste work from their document to one shared with their instructor. The only materials that they're going to use are their computers only, and the internet. The students have all been issued laptops or I'm trying to get through 6 minutes.
You got 9 actually for you.
Okay, the students all use laptops or tablets that have been supplied by their employer. I'm slowing down. Okay, and the last thing we need is just basically we use broadband internet and we use Google Documents. So today when I walk into class, as usual, you, my class, I'm going to treat you like my class from here on out. You all would already be in a pattern of this. You would know to go ahead and pull up your Firefox, or I like Chrome, but you can't use it here. Pull up your browser and log into your Gmail accounts, and you're going to see an email there waiting for you.
You have time.
Okay, log plus account. Have you guys logged in?
Yeah.
You see the email waiting for you?
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and open up that document. What's it say on there?
Daily class document 11/1/12.
Same thing you see on the screen up here? Oh, oh, oh.
It's changing.
All right, so when you show up, you would see this, and what we'd do is probably activate schema. We would be talking about some awards that you've won, either in school or at work, just to kind of get your mind rolling towards the use of language that's proper for achievements, and talking about things that progress through time. And as I started my presentation, what I would do is I would go over here into my drive, and I would go into my folder, pull on my notes. You guys would see things like, hold on. Give me 1 second, guys. All right. Really like this. All right. You guys are my test for this, by the way. All right, now, did you just see something pop up on your screen?
Yes.
So I would be, as I present to you guys, I would be putting up vital information like this to you throughout the process. So you'd see it up on the screen here, and you'd also have it here. So as your instructor, I can watch what you're doing here on my screen, or I can actually get up and physically walk around and see what you're doing as well. Okay, now, if you'll take, and I'm still trying to fly through this, you guys, so if you'll check your email again, what you'll see is, I'm going to send this to you. All right, did you check your email? You should have another email. All right, so take it, open that bad boy up.
Bobby Smith.
All right. Okay. So let me find it. I'll open it up too. So you guys have this pull up, right? Oop, nope.
Wait, no, I don't have that.
You have this,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Do me a favor and pick any of those and actually do what it asks you to do there. Because what it says here is you'll see below you'll find either the beginning or the end of a sentence. To properly complete it, you'll need to use the present perfect. Here's an example. Blank everyone in your contact list. Could be, I have deleted everyone in your contact list, or we have sent gift baskets to everyone in your contact list. So for instance, like since starting my bookstore, there's a little hint down there. How many books have they sold? How many customers have they served? How many shipments have they received? So you could say, we have received 100 shipments since starting my bookstore. I have been to work late every day since starting my bookstore. So just pick any one of those and fill in this sentence.
After we fill it in, do we hit enter or anything?
Yeah, hit submit at the bottom.
Submit? Oh,
It's the bottom of the screen.
bottom.
Yeah, see right here? I'm sorry, I should be doing this for you. Right here. And see what's really cool is that right now you guys are filling this out, but there was nowhere did I require your name, so it's all anonymous. And it's going to tie right into the next thing that we're going to do. So if you take and send that to me, or work on that for a second, what I'm going to do is share this with all of you guys. Let's see if I can draw some.
Submit. Present perfect. Done, done, done.
Yeah.
Done, done, done.
All right, if you guys will check your email, you should have a link to something, and when you open it, it'll look like this. You see it? Yeah. Okay. So now for your second activity, I'm going to go ahead and send you your next email. What you're going to do, check your email again. You're going to have another worksheet in there. You check your email and you click on the link. It's going to send you to this for present perfect, producing negatives and questions. And on this one, what I would have done is put you guys into pairs. And you're going to take and sit as in pairs, and you're going to take and choose off of the spreadsheet that you saw back here, whoops, somewhere here. This populates for me as you guys bring in your answers. You can take and go to this. From the spreadsheet, you and your partner are going to choose one of the usages of the present perfect. From that one, just don't use your own. Either you or your partners. Pick one of these, and then you're going to take. Oops. And from the spreadsheet, select one usage of the present perfect and write a new sentence in the negative. So you'll go to this one with your assigned partner. Review the spreadsheet with all the responses your classmates gave during the last exercise. Together, choose 3 of the present perfect that you find there, and were not produced by you or your partner, and write 2 new sentences with each of them. One of the new sentences should use the present perfect in the negative. The other should use the present perfect in a question. You should work together, and once you have your answers written, submit the exercise individually, but with the same answers. This time, I'm not going to share your answers with anybody, so you will put your name. An example, using has bought from the spreadsheet. No one has bought a book since we opened. I produced an example. Has she bought her new car yet? Or he has not bought any new supplies since last year. So when you do that, this is how I actually assess whether you've actually gotten what we went through in class that day. Does that make sense? Okay. And then finally, what we'll do is, oops.
I didn't get no present perfect worksheet.
Oh, you didn't, Jake? Pretend that you did.
Check your email.
If you want it, I'll send it to you.
You're a little over.
Okay, let me just tell you guys about your homework. That's it. I'm going to give you your extension, and then I'll take questions. Because all this stuff is just so darn cool. Go ahead and click on your link and open this, and you're going to see your homework. You're going to stay in your same partners as you were before. But now what I would have done is I would have gone through on the daily class document, if I can find it. I would take and I would actually have put in your guys' pairs on there. So I would have been, while you guys were working, I would have been putting all your names, in pairs here. So you would just come back and look down and see your names on pairs, okay? And then that's how you would have gotten. That's how you found your pairs out anyway. And then let me finish on the homework thing. So in your same pairs, I would have gone through and put a little company name beside each one, like Microsoft or Coca-Cola or so forth, so that when you go to do your homework, it says, today you're assigned a partner in a company that the 2 of you were assigned to research together. Use Google or whatever search engine you prefer. Please take a look at several sites with the information about your company with your partner. Once you've reviewed those sites, use information you find there to write 3 sentences about the company using the present perfect in the manner specified before each of the 5 blanks. Work together using chat, video chat, Google Docs, call each other, do whatever you need. Extra credit, after you've written the 3 sentences, refer back to the list on your daily class document that I would put on there. It goes to a website that I can, if you're interested in this stuff, I can give it all to you for real. If 2 people provide the same answer, I'll go with whoever submits it first, just so we don't forget the early bird gets the worm, which is idiomatic language in case somebody wants to come back and ask me about it. And so you hit submit, boom, and then it comes back to me, and the next day I look and I can see, who's done what. Dippity boom, we're done. Sorry.
Thank you.